Hi, and welcome to the Your Good News podcast with me, Katherine Getty. It's easy to believe the news around us that the world is dark and the future is the same. But what if we chose something different? What if we chose to find the good news in each day? This podcast is a collection of interviews with friends, mentors, colleagues on their good news. From business to health to politics and everything in between, it's my hope that you leave with a boost and find your good news. Welcome back to another episode of the Your Good News podcast. It is me, your host, Katherine Getty. First up, let's touch on some good news as we start every episode. So recently, my boyfriend and I went up to Baltimore for a bit of a staycation. It wasn't an occasion. It was just kind of time to get away. And I'm sort of embarrassed to say, but I have lived in DC for almost 9 years and had never really explored Baltimore. I had been up there for work and had stuck to the beautifully decorated conference rooms. We were all getting imaged, which is such a shame because Baltimore is an amazing city. I had so much fun exploring just a part of it. And I say a part because I think like every city, there's so much in each neighborhood and each little community. And so I can't wait to go back. You know, we had the opportunity to have Maryland crabs and we learned how to, or maybe more importantly, how not to eat Maryland crabs. And we got to go into little shops and have relaxing lunches. And it was just what we needed. And it was just what I needed. And I have really the biggest smile on my face just thinking back. So, what is a place near you that you want to explore? It's some food for thought. For us, it was so easy to hop in a car and make a very short journey because we know gas prices are crazy. But what's somewhere you can explore? Maybe it's somewhere in your own city that you've always wanted to. So, that's some food for thought for you. Now to the heart of the episode. In last week's episode 43, and I'll say last week if you're listening in April 2022, I had the opportunity to interview a dynamic guest who is a seasoned government affairs professional, Mark Williams. We discussed his mantra of work hard, be nice. 4 simple words that have such an impact. We also delved into the importance of not being rigid and having the exact steps of what the career is going to look like and being open to new interests or new opportunities or listening to your gut. It was a ton of fun. It was about 25 minutes of fun. So if you haven't given it a listen, do so after this. You will not regret it. And as we wrap up Mentorship Month, which I really think we've only scratched the surface of, I think there's so much more content that we can talk about, and I would love your feedback on it. I want to offer up one more solo episode this month from the view of the mentor to a mentee. And in episode 42, I talked about kind of the view from the mentee towards the mentor. And I had some helpful tips or things I think about on, as a mentee, how to kind of interpret the advice that you're getting and the resources that you're unlocking. And so I wanted to kind of flip the script and close out this month really strong with the idea of, as a mentor, what are a couple of thoughts that you should have in the back of your mind? And so 2 main thoughts came up. One was patience. I think patience and understanding comes with trust in a mentorship relationship. But I want to talk a little bit more on that. And the other thing is taking off the biases we may have and allowing that mentee to chart their own path. May it be what you're thinking, or may it not be what you're thinking and suggesting, but just knowing that you're in a place from that trust that they will be pursuing what's the best view for them, what's in their heart, what's going to lead them to their happiness. So let's break it down a little bit more. On patience, I think patience as a collective for all of us over the last couple of years has really been tested. You know, the trauma, the unknown, we've all experienced our patience being tested. And I don't for a second want to downplay that piece or those feelings that may be coming up. But when I think about the importance of patience, especially in this mentorship space, I think we really need to take a deep breath and realize the impact you could be having. Time is our most valuable resource. It's finite. So think, you're already there. Your commitment to this person started when you agreed to that coffee or that call or whatever it may be. And I don't say this bit on patience as a condemnation, rather, it's a reminder. I know I needed this reminder recently because I think it's so easy to think of mentorship only from the mentee perspective. And I wanted to do a solo episode on this topic because I think each part is important. I know I just wanted to reframe the conversation. I wanted to push us to think about both sides of the coin, so to speak. And I just hope that when we think about our mentees, that there's that loving patience. So let me know how this one lands. How do you connect with the idea of patience in a mentorship relationship? And then my second thought for the week is taking off the biases we may have and really allowing that mentee to chart their own path. So, one through line I've observed from this mentorship month is the importance of having a conversation and taking off those training wheels, so to speak, and really feeling secure enough to know that a mentee will make the decision that's best for them. What is most toxic or maybe damaging, in my opinion, is the idea that if they don't follow step by step, that one, we're a bad mentor, or two, they don't value our judgment. And I think in both cases, that is the ego, that's our own self driving feelings versus knowing I'm offering up advice. I know that this relationship, they're going to listen and take it into consideration. And then from their gut, make the best decision. So, I think it is so exciting to know and maybe be reminded of the importance of knowing a mentorship is a laboratory. It's a place to game out and dream and throw spaghetti against the wall. That should be exciting. It should be exciting to be vulnerable. It should be exciting to be in a place where you know that your mentee is going to want to come and try out all their ideas, and you can help guide them. You can help give advice. You can help create a safe space. So that's it for today. Just, reminding us all about incorporating patience and taking off our biases and really allowing that mentee to experiment are my thoughts for the day. And that's it. That's all she wrote. And if you like this episode, please subscribe, leave a review, share with someone you know, share with someone you don't know, as Cody Rigsby of Peloton says. These little actions really help the podcast grow. And it means so much to me that more people have a bit of good news in their inbox and also reach out to me. I'm on Instagram. My handle is at Katherine Getty. Give me feedback on this episode. I post more on the content there, as well as on my website, yourgoodnewspodcast.com. And tune in next week for another episode of the Your Good News podcast, where I will be interviewing a returning guest, a fan favorite, Hunter Wallace, where it's actually 2 episodes that we'll have is some really fun combos on relationships and self-growth. So tune in. It's going to be a spicy May. Get excited, everyone. Thanks so much, and see you next week.